Yes, drag queens.
Ugh.
But we're not talking about the real problem because Harley and I had a talk the other day after this latest school shooting.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna go to some serious topic now. Should we like take a break and wait for you?
Okay, I'm not dying. I'm about to spew Dr. Pepper all over your floor, though.
I got a robot mop. It'll do it. Poor Griffin. We put him through the ringer today. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, school shootings. I want to talk about this because I think things are getting far out of hand. And they're not doing anything about it. And like the commenter said, in Texas, you can carry a sword around with you. And right after the latest school shootings, this guy I know that owns a gun shop in town was proud because more high schoolers are showing up to get concealed carry permits. That's not what they should be worried about.
That's the last thing we need.
They should be worried about school, getting their life straight, what they want to do after college. Not, how am I going to survive fucking school? And I'm pretty sure both of these two would comment that if someone were to walk up in Dorian school with that shit,
good luck.
There would be some fucking retribution to pay.
I would be on the news, not that guy.
Yeah. Griffin would be on the news. I'd be there defending Griffin. Harley be in the background throwing ketchup on us, pretty much. I don't understand why everyone's so gung-ho about their fucking guns, but not their fucking children.
No, you can buy rifles and shotguns at 18. You have to be 21 for a pistol, though.
Yes.
None of this makes sense to me. If you want to have a gun, by all means, be reasonable about it. There's a lot of things you don't need. And the fact that we want to prioritize guns over our kids and you know what
the right to bear arms.
What always fucking kills me? Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Bitch, that doesn't bring my kid home. That doesn't bring my child home.
That is not going to keep my kid from being in a box. Griffin read an article the other day.
Okay.
That they are going to start on the newer school buildings that they're building. Behind the whiteboard, there will be a lead-lined room that you can fit 50 people in and you can lock the whiteboard.
Why is this an acceptable reality?
My 5-year-old had a drill the other day. And when he came home, he's like, "Look, Mom, if I hide behind my backpack, I'm safe."
When I was a kid, we did tuck under your desk. There's a tornado drill.
We were in the hallway doing this because yes, my hands locked together over the back of my neck is going to keep me safe.
And a friend of mine, she's got grandkids in Florida. There was a bomb threat. They found 3 bombs in school.
What? Dorian school had literally on
I have one.
What was it, Friday?
Uh-huh.
Hang on, I can pull up literally Dorian school.
I don't understand.
They had a lockdown drill on Tuesday.
They're also...
on the 3rd, this is an email I received from Dorian school. Important information. Dear parents, late this afternoon we discovered graffiti on the bathroom wall that indicates the possible threat against our school. We immediately launched an investigation and were able to identify the student who wrote the threat. The student, who is younger than 10 and who doesn't have the means to carry out the threat, reports that they were attempting to make a joke. As you know, school safety is not a joking matter. We take any threat seriously, and our response is always thorough. Given the times we live, we owe it to you and our students to be vigilant. We do not tire in our efforts to maintain safety for your children. Because the student age falls below the age of culpability in Texas, which is 10, the student will not face criminal penalties. However, we have the ability to impose school consequences and interventions. Please help us reinforce this message that making threats is not a joke. So you're telling me that a kid under 10, who probably heard something at home, made a threat in an elementary school, and that's the response we get.
So the one that happened recently, and the Christian school.
Yeah.
I work at a Christian radio. Do you know what they said about it all day?
That's okay.
It was a transgender person that did this.
Yep.
That's all they focused on. Not the fact that it was another gun shooting. And I saw a news report. As of that day, there were like 130 something mass shootings since the beginning of the year. There hasn't even been that many fucking days.
Nope. Hadn't been that many days.
And they're like, they're defined as 4 more people got shot, not including the shooter. There's not that many days. And all they want to do is sit there and say, oh, we got to protect our right to bear arms. We live in a very different world. I'm not saying you should take them away. There has to be some sort of system in place.
But you don't need a semi-automatic assault rifle.
No, but I think...
What are you going to do with that?
I like to go back to the series of punishments where eye for an eye. Bitch, if you're going to come in and shoot up a school, they're going to shoot you up as punishment on the public square. Like...
Although white boys should be able to get away with it.
It's
gonna ruin their chances at a good life.
They were
They were dumb. They were dumb as fuck.
That is their doing.
What's that face?
My husband's nephew is 13 with many mental issues and on several meds, including antipsychotic, and he got a shotgun last year as a gift. I do not feel comfortable with that kid having access to firearms. Wish we had a way to prevent it.
I wish he did too, because I'm sorry, as a kid, I was mentally disturbed. I went to juvie at 13 as a mentally disturbed kid for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
So now, see, here's one of the things.
Don't give mentally ill children weapons.
Don't give your kids weapons, because then it makes it more like a toy. They don't know the realistic aspect of it.
Like, I get that Nerf guns are a thing. I tried to not...
They're bright and colorful, and they're foam darts.
And I had a rule that Griffin and another friend didn't know. And for Dorian's birthday last year, they went and bought Dorian a bunch of Nerf guns.
I also am teaching him to treat it like it's a live
yes.
fun.
And now, when I had the conversation, Griffin understood when I said, hey, this is why I didn't do that.
But now he's walking around with the Nerf gun with trigger safety.
Yeah.
With the thing, like the cock thing on his little pistol.
He knows not to point it at somebody's face. We know not to point it at the animal.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a responsibility aspect.
He's more deadly with a sword anyway, and we let him play with
In your family, I'm not surprised. But, like...
I mean, Daddy over here teaches kids how to fight with swords.
I feel really, like, every time I hear about these things, I'm like...
It makes me sick.
Someone's kid isn't coming home, and nobody's doing anything about it except
like
saying...
the last day of school last year where Round Rock had a thread. The Uvalde shooting had just happened, and then Round Rock and Manor had threats the last day of school. I wouldn't pull Dorian early. My mental health couldn't take it. Because... it's summertime. They hadn't fixed the AC, so the doors were propped open. That makes me uncomfortable.
He's been suspended from school more than once for attacking another student. This makes sense to me.
It makes no sense to me.
There's no making it sense.
This is... I'm guessing the dad is a... How to put this lightly? A Republican Trumper, maybe? Like a MAGA type person? I'm not saying Trumper, but like a MAGA type person that believes... their kid is not messed up.
There's nothing wrong with my child. He's perfectly fine.
A lot of parents don't want to accept responsibility their kids are messed up, or that there's something wrong because they feel it's a fault on them, and they're like, "Oh, well, I had a gun when I was a kid, and I've got all these guns." My dad had all these guns in the house, and I could care less, and he kept them all locked up.
I knew how to shoot. My dad used to take me shooting.
Yeah.
But if I had a mental breakdown, guess what? Those were taken away. They were put up and locked up. They weren't. My problem is today, people do not have gun safety.
Well, they're also not parenting right.
I didn't have access to my dad's gun case. I didn't know the codes to my dad's gun case. And they weren't just left laying the fuck around.
Well, I think the other problem is we're a completely different generation than now. We had to be held responsible for our actions. Parents are responsible for things. What?
His dad is a POS, piece of shit, Mom left when kid was born because she couldn't handle it.
So
Wow.
this dad's just trying to do the manly man thing.
Yeah.
MAGA. So I think because the problem with today's kids is they don't have any sense of ownership or responsibility. It was everybody gets an award for just showing up. I cannot tell you how many videos in the Nextdoor app from the neighborhood of these teenagers fucking with cars and then dancing on the security camera. Like, what are you going to do? Because nobody's doing anything about it. They're not holding anybody responsible. And so these kids are taking guns to school to make a statement. They're trying to make people hurt because they're hurting. We don't know the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the fact that no one is trying to come up with a solution for it because it's all, it's my right to have these guns. My dad doesn't need half the guns he owns. There was a point in time where my dad has so many guns he was considered an arsenal. What is it now, like 30?
Yeah.
Do you
My
remember? It's like
dad
30 or something?
has-
35?
My dad has
Hello, all in chat.
floor to ceiling
Mr. Ruffin
gun
says,
cases,
hello,
and he's got multiple gun cases like that, and he's got enough ammo. We could survive the fucking zombie apocalypse.
And I don't understand what you need that for. It's not like you're going to come be like, we want to get a gun for the house. Just because Phil spends a lot of time here alone and he has a lot of anxiety and fear. Because things in our neighborhood have gotten a bit downhill. So I have
got a
cameras and
baseball
things.
bat,
He's
And I'm
looking for
more-
something to
and
have
more deadly,
in case something comes inside.
like a 22.
Yeah, so he's getting like a 380. But he wanted it because it was cute and it's purple.
22, I'm sorry, ain't gonna do shit
No.
unless you have
I can.
perfect aim.
I've got a pretty nice aim.
How long have you shot? How long has it been since
Oh,
you
you're
shot?
getting lectured by Gun Pro over there. Anyways,
Right.
so,
Griffin's very much like, let's get a gun, and I'm like, my mental health is.
but
not
we
okay
know
with that.
very well
That's how I keep
that it
hot.
needs to be kept away.
Yeah.
And that it's literally just for precautions. And the sad part is that we feel like we need that. I mean, with all the cameras and all the security options I have in the house, we still feel like we need that option. Because things and these kids are just going crazy. What?
They need that many for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
We already have a zombie apocalypse in plan. It's in our employee handbook. For Sherwood.
Realistically, zombie apocalypse do not have a gun. That's how you get more fucking zombies.
Yeah, you got to be quiet as zombie apocalypse. So
But we
I
don't
don't
actually know if they can hear if zombies aren't real yet.
the whole thing with gun violence in these schools, and because they always go after the innocents, is sad. And they're just saying, well, armed teachers have too much work to do to have to worry about protecting their class.
Yeah.
What was stupid Ted Cruz's? There needs to be one way in and out of a school. Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
How
it's
to fire.
stupid.
One door?
Fire.
Oh, and no windows was the other thing.
Oh, that's dumb.
Let's all be in a jail. Because you're supposed to go to school to learn, to make a better future. And we've got all these fucking kids who are just TikTok dancing 24/7. They don't give a fuck. And that's coming off onto all of the stupid social media trends. That's why what happened to our Kia. The fucking Kia Boys social media trend. They came after our car. I'm just done. But the problem is there's more Republicans than in power than we know, and they will never allow things to change. I hate both I hate both parties.
I just hate the fucking government.
I hate,
You got
the
a
government.
shit sandwich and a turd.
You go for the least. I'm a Bernie brother. I don't even lie. Like, he's kind of out there between them all. Like, people say, oh, Trump did a few good things, but a lot of bad things. Biden, I think, is just too old to even function at
Yeah.
this point in time. Nothing is getting done because you've got these two parties that are just fighting, and the world is suffering. The nation's suffering. I don't know why we have a two-party system. It is stupid.
We weren't supposed to.
I,
We listened
for
to our
one-
first fucking president.
I, for one, look forward to whatever overlord takes over our country.
It'll be a Trump when that happens because that's where we're going. So it just makes you sad. I really think that's what I'm going to talk about next. We should be doing things to better ourselves as a nation, to make sure people are safe, and to just do things better. Which brings me to the Fair Tax Act. You don't hear anything about it anymore.
Nope.
The Democrats killed it. Because why? They're not perfect, but they pulled some shenanigans with that shit. As a homeowner with Phil, and some of the other things we have to deal with, there's a lot of taxes out there. And if you're going to propose a bill that made it so you just paid a flat tax on things you buy, why not?
I'm down.
Why do we have to tax every little thing?
Well, they already getting their hands in my paycheck. Now
They get your paycheck, then they get money off the money you spend on your paycheck, and yearly on your anything you own. And then if you inherit something, God forbid, there's tax on it, even though they've already taxed that. Like our property taxes are the biggest problem because they built the Tesla factory over here, and everybody's property taxes went up. Most people had to leave because they couldn't afford to stay here anymore. That's happening all over the place. These people come in and build the houses, and the generations that have lived there can't live there anymore. It would have helped alleviate that problem. I don't mind just paying taxes on things I buy because they were going to exclude like the necessities.
Yeah, I would have loved
Because here's the other thing. I think it would have forced the government to pay a little bit more attention to the money they're spending. Because having someone that works in the government, I know how much they're fucking wasting and how stupid they are with some things. I hear horror stories about it all the time from her. But, no, like, it is insane that we had this great idea, and it was a radical idea, but everyone was too afraid to pull the trigger. Like, Phil and I bought a Prius. We went to San Antonio 3 times on a tank of gas. Why are we not in more fuel-efficient cars like that? Why is every car not a hybrid or an electric?
Because I like the way it sounds when I floor it.
He likes the vroom vroom noise.
You can still do the
Global
hybrid.
warming.
Like, I don't understand why we haven't progressed that point. Why do we not have more electric cars?
No, I love driving our Subaru.
No, when we'd stop at the stoplight, and then the engine.
Oh, the
went
engine. The first time it happened, I was like, the car
Yeah,
died.
the Prius took a little bit to get used to. The joystick was a little bit much. But now I'm so used to it. What?
Did you hear about the Democrat from North Carolina just changed to GOP? Like, what the actual fuck?
Well, because if it's who I'm thinking of, there was a video I watched of, I think it was in North Carolina. They're passing, because it's a Republican control, they're passing bills to make it harder for Democrats to even propose anything. This is just the fucking political game, and it's so stupid. And I was hoping that at some point in time, like, my kid would have a better future, but he's gonna be stuck in a dystopian future. Dorian's gonna be stuck in a dystopian future.
Yeah.
Everyone, like, I'm just so done. I'm just so done.
I might just sound young and dumb. What is GOP?
It's the Republican Party.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what GOP actually stands for.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, we don't know what GOP stands for, but like, I have a problem because my dad's very red Republican, and
My dad is too.
My whole family is.
Well, the last time I talked to him during an election,
Grand old party. It's the good
grand
old
old party, my ass. I was like, why would you continue being Republicans when they're actively trying to make me a second-class citizen?
What
Your
a
own
PPD.
child.
As to why cars aren't more fuel efficient, why aren't there more hybrids? Because we like the smell of gas? I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, I had the scratch and sniff sticker of the lawnmower to smell like gas and grass.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I smelled that. I ran the scent out of that thing.
I'm also...
Ronald Reagan and drag. Carry on.
I've lived all my life with that party very much.
I did
side.
too.
But there's some things that I can't fall off of that stuff. Like, I don't like electric cars and hybrids because...
Okay, you can switch to you if you're talking this much, bitch, so people can see who the fuck is talking.
Good.
Because I want to hear why you don't like electric cars and hybrids.
So, I don't like them mainly because my ass can't fucking hear them. So when I'm walking down the road and I just see a car, I'm gonna get fucking scared because I'm a scaredy cat. I don't know. I'm when I'm out in public, I'm very much on edge because I don't trust fucking anyone I don't know, which we wonder why nowadays. And when a quiet car just comes by, I assume some asshole's gonna try to pick me up, but I don't think anybody's gonna pick my 250 pound ass up.
I do not understand. It's just because the way mine works. I am perfectly fine in a crowd of people. I'm perfectly fine walking down, like, Phil gets mad because we went out today, and I walked across the parking lot to go look at a ghetto Goodwill. And I guess the hood. And I'm like, I'm not going to live in fear. I understand you're saying about the electric cars being quiet, but you can still hear them. Give me this. We are talking. We are not on our phone.
But I got that just for you.
I think we have to support politicians who want to do better things, and they're made out to be radicalized by everybody because they want to change the establishment.
There also aren't many of them in there.
Look at prime example. When they were afraid Bernie was going to win the nomination, they threw Biden in there.
Yeah.
Bro, we missed such a fucking good chance with Bernie.
Bernie was awesome.
Oh my god.
Like,
With his little old man gloves.
he wouldn't have instantly fixed it, but he would have started that ball rolling.
Yes.
There are people trying to start that ball rolling, and it's just not working because you've got these angry old fucking men in their red ties acting superior, and then you've got Ted fucking Cruz, who I can't explain what's wrong with that man.
I have a very super unpopular opinion.
All right, let's hear it. Why are we not eating Peeps?
I think after a certain age, you should not be able to run for office because
50.
you've already fucked up the world for your generation.
50 should be the
Stop
cutoff.
fucking it up for ours.
You need younger people who have a more progressive mindset. Give her jelly beans.
Oh, I have been.
Hi, you like them puppas? Y'all can't see her over here. She's begging for food.
Go get rid of a peep.
I'm telling you,
These
she
are the
loves...
good ones.
We don't have any more bad ones. Well, we have some... No, those chocolate ones are tainted now. So anyways, we're not happy with the political system. Again, there's no real answer because we don't know enough about it. But at the end of the day, they need to do something about gun violence and school shootings.
Yeah.
Straight up.
But even if we get more strict gun laws, it is insanely easy to illegally buy a gun.
Well, it's insanely easy to illegally do anything.
Yeah.
But at least...
Come on, do people want to see you?
Come here, Puppas. Come here. Come on. They want to say hi.
I mean, I can bring her over here and put the camera.
So they can watch her being a fat bitch pig. Mm-hmm. Anyways,